Hi everybody and welcome. Today what I thought I would do is answer one of my most asked questions, and that is, what hairdryer do I use? Hairdryer is a prime piece of equipment that I use with my painting. So everybody asks me, what do I use? I'm going to tell you what I use, but I'm also going to give you some information so that you can evaluate what hairdryer is going to work for you based on what you have available to you. Maybe you don't have the hairdryer available to use that I use or that anybody else uses. But I'm hoping with this information you can evaluate what you have locally and be able to choose something for what you need. So 3 things that I think you need to think about when you're looking at a hairdryer to use. 1 is the style of the hairdryer. 2 is the temperatures available with the hairdryer, and 3 are the speeds available with the hairdryer. So when I'm talking about style, I mean, do you want a gun style hairdryer, which is very readily available. There's lots out there and you can find whatever you need in a gun style hairdryer. The other would be a wand style hairdryer, and these are normally hairdryers that have brush accessories that you remove the accessories and just use the barrel. And that's what I like to use mostly because I have arthritis in my hand, so it just makes it easier to hang on to for me for longer periods of time. The other thing, second thing to think about is the temperatures available. There's usually always a high, and I never use high. But 2 options that are nice to have is cool and low, depending on where you live. The other is speed. Third thing is speed. Some hairdryers only have 1 speed. I have one of those. I use it when I'm painting larger paintings. I have more ink that I'm moving, more alcohol. I want to move it more and farther. I will use the high speed, low temperature, and that's all I've got on that hairdryer. So that's my second favorite hairdryer, and that one is a Conair. My favorite hairdryer is my Revlon. This is a 500 watt Revlon. You can get 1000 watt as well. I'm not sure how the speeds, if they're lower on that or not, but the reason I like this one is the low temperature has a low speed. Instead of being high speed for the cool and the high, when I get to low speed or low temperature, it's a low speed, and it's a low speed. And that's what I like, because I can just very gently move the ink around, and this is the one I found works best for doing that for the smaller paintings. And I use the low temperature versus the cool temperature, mostly because of where I am. I am on the west coast of Canada, so our average humidity is 60% throughout the year, sometimes higher, sometimes a little bit lower. So we've got, some humidity. If I use the cool temperature, I get moisture and I get ragged edges, ragged lines. So by using the low temperature, a little bit of heat, it dries that moisture the instant it hits the paper, and I don't get those ragged lines. I'm going to show you, hopefully you can see this with the camera. I'm going to show you the difference. So here's just an example that I've done with the cool setting, and you can see along here and along here and in here some ragged edges, and also in this area here and along some of these lines you can see that the dyes in the ink have separated a bit. There's a little bit of purple in that blue. That's the dyes in the ink separating a bit. And it'll do that with the cool temperatures. Now, this is done with the low heat. Okay, so you can see there's not the ragged edges in here, and you get more crisp lines and ripples with the low heat. So you wouldn't think there'd be that much difference with just the heat that you use, but there is. And I wanted to explain that to you and show you what the difference was. So the hairdryer I use is my 500 watt Revlon because it's got low heat, low speed. When I want to use bigger paintings or do bigger paintings, I still want low heat, but I have higher speed. I use my Conair. Those are the two hair dryers that I use. So have a look at what you've got available to you. Ask questions. Some places will let you take it out of the box and plug it in, give it a try, make sure it's gonna have what you need on it. And hopefully that helps you figure out the hair dryer that you have locally that you can get that will do what you want it to do. Thank you.